Hey, so I wanted to make a video about time bending in the psych ward in 2020. So, let me give you a little background first. Um, when I was a very young child, I remember being able to feel the presence of everything around me and also being able to see auras a little bit and having prophetic dreams at night. So, I've kind of always been psychic, but I didn't know that until I was an adult. I thought everybody was able to experience that stuff, so it was just a little, like, I thought it was normal, I guess. Um, So when I was around 18, I started getting symptoms of schizophrenia, and at 21, I was diagnosed, and I've been in the hospital psych ward 5 times. But this one time in 2020, so I was in the psych ward because I got off my medication, and I was having all sorts of symptoms. Which for me, schizophrenia is more than just like paranoia, delusions, hallucinations. Like I'm experiencing real like magic and psychic abilities. Like I said, I was having prophetic dreams and stuff like that as a young child, my whole life, and as an adult, having a lot of visions, manifestations, even things like teleportation and levitation. These things just randomly come on. I'm not lying. I know what I experienced, but and we get into time bending. So in 2020, when I was in the psych ward, um, for the first 3 or 4 days, the entire day seemed like it was literally just like 10 or 15 minutes. So I remember, well, there was nothing to do really in the hospital because it was during coronavirus and I was on the COVID floor and we were just sitting in chairs, just like pretty much like staring at the TV, staring at the wall. Some of the the patients were trying to talk to each other. But if you've ever been in the psych ward, you know that um, like everybody there is like screaming and yelling and throwing their fists and fighting. But with me, I was just like really calm the whole time. I was only there for like 6 days, and yeah, the first like 3 or 4 days, I was so calm because like it's hard to explain when you experience time bending. Like I wasn't doing this consciously; it was just happening. But like I had so much like peaceful indifference towards my surroundings, being that everybody was like yelling and screaming, and there was all this like weird magical shit happening. Um, there were some people that followed me into there because it's a long story. I'll make a video on it, but yeah, I pissed some people off. Magical people, dark magic people, but yeah. Um, so I was experiencing time bending, and I remember like not getting like lost in thought too much during these specific moments. Um, I remember I was sitting in a chair, and this woman who was sitting like 2 chairs next to me, she was like yelling and screaming because there was just like nothing to do, and I guess she was just so bored and she didn't want to be there. But with me, like I was literally just sitting there, just like looking around, like so unbothered by the fact that I'm like locked in a room or on a floor with nothing to do, and yeah, I was just really calm the whole time. But I didn't know it was time bending actually until years later, because I spoke to someone who actually has that power to bend time, and I put two and two together, and I realized what I was doing was time bending. Um, yeah, the best way I can describe it is like I said, like the whole day, from the time I got up in the morning at like 6 a.m. to the time I went to sleep at like 10 p.m. It literally just felt like 15, 10 or 10 minutes. I wish I had a better way to describe it, but it's like nothing mattered. Like I was just like I was kind of like passive about everything, but not in like a dreadful way, more like in a way that's like very relaxed and like just a calm attitude. And I think that's why I was only in the psych ward for like 6 days. Whereas when most people go to the psych ward, they're there for at least like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Sometimes people even go there for like 3 months. But they only had me in there for like 6, 7 days. Because I was just like so calm, and I knew that the only thing I needed, um, like why I was going there in the first place, was because I needed medication. But it's ironic that I did start to like calm down when I got there. So that just sped things up. I feel like it was a blessing. But yeah, so my phone's running out of time, so I'm gonna end this here. Peace. Time bending is crazy. Time bending is fucking crazy.